Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, talk about this a lot, and his stance is really clear that they do not make money and they are not planning on making money. It's a little scary.
And to bring it full circle to the topic we always talk about, what do you think that native currency is going to be? Is it going to be dollars? No, it's going to be some form of crypto.
Right.
So going back to what we said about having this conversation with itself, we do this in the business world all the time. I was doing this morning. I was talking to him about, okay, if you base on like what your actual annual income is, depending on whether you're a W-2 employee or if you actually work for yourself, and you know what your gross income is, you can factor out what you're actually making per hour, right? So not all of that is productive time, but you know on average how much you're worth based on how much you're making, right? That's what the other people think you're worth, and that's all that matters when you're paying your bills. So ultimately, I started thinking to myself, when you just said that, as an attorney, they probably have to research a lot of different things, and then they have to figure out whether or not it's relevant. And that time is burned no matter what, and they're definitely charging you for that. So my question is, with these types of models, when it's negotiating with itself, obviously it's still using resources, whether or not you get an answer you want or not, or even if it's right, you're still going to have to pay for that. So that kind of nullifies the original thought that, like, even if we get rid of 20,000 lawyers, ChatGPT is going to take over. Well, it's still costing you. And it may or may not cost more than what a regular attorney would have been.
Oh, no, it's 100% going to be less. Yeah. Like I said, this thing one agent ran resource intensive for 24 hours. It was like $3.50.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Right. So like it was burning up about as much resources as it could possibly burn up in that period of time. It was about $3.50 worth of resources. Mm-hmm. Whereas my lawyer for the same time would have been at $600 an hour. So
right.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Well, to bring it back to your question about how do people get paid on this stuff, I've heard Sam Altman, the founder of OpenAI, talk about this a lot, and his stance is really clear that they do not make money and they are not planning on making money. This is something that they're developing, and it's a useful tool for everybody, and they want to continue developing it. But he's been very clear about how it's uncertain as to if they will make money and how that would even happen. They're burning way more money than they're making. And it seems like most of these companies who I've listened to a podcast specifically about this, it seems like most of the companies who will develop this stuff, they won't actually be making a lot of money. It'll be very startup like early 2000s internet bubble vibes where all these companies that are building this stuff, they're going to crash and burn. They're going to go very high because, obviously this is exciting and the new developments are happening, but it doesn't seem like any of them have found a way to be profitable yet in building this.
But the technology itself kind of has to be free in order to get adoption, because someone's going to figure out how to monetize it based on their, like, Sam Altman obviously wants ChatGPT and OpenAI to be the one that wins, right?
Sure.
We've talked so much about how these moats and the things that they're saying, like I love him and he's suspect all at the same time, right? But then again, every single founder and owner and somebody who's creative, we're all somewhat suspect because we all have a profit motive.
Yeah.
Now, he's saying that he's not going to make any money, but that doesn't mean some of the projects he's working on that actually utilize that technology aren't going to make money.
Of course.
Right?
Well, all those leaders are going to position themselves in a way to still be successful from these things, but it doesn't seem like there's much money to be made. Like you said, it has to be free, right, for it to be adopted and for them to figure out what works, what doesn't work.
Well, you've got the money grab up front, right? So you had an AOL who was luckily able to pull off a subscription model at first. The newest broom sweeps cleanest. You're going to be able to ask whatever you want for new technology right now and get something out of it.
Hey, is this level? I think the framing, there we are. Hey, if you like that video, check out more. We got some over here, some over here, some over there. Check the description. Make sure you like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.